with a mile-high air. There's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback.
Yellow. There's the blue lady. Yellow. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Will Parks there in coverage to knock it away.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a man who really came on late last year, it's Damian Williams. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, 1st down. Well, with Damian Williams, it's notable that the Chiefs didn't make a play to go after a big-time running back in the offseason. The coaching staff said back in May they didn't want running back by committee. They trusted Williams to be their starter. You remember last year he was forced into the starting role the final 3 games of the season due to attrition, and he really excelled. And then he was excellent in the playoffs against the Colts and Patriots. Strong indicator that he was ready to be the bell cow. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it with Williams. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Mahomes now on 1st down. He completes this into the hands of Miller. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. A 1st down run, not going to get them a whole lot. Maybe a yard. Yeah, it looks like just 1 yard there. So that'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold them to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Here's Flacco. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Tried to get that one to Jake Butt, but now it's 3rd down.
Tyrann Mathieu knocks that one away. And when I'm evaluating guys in the game today, who has the best instincts, I'm not sure I put anyone ahead of him.
Really?
Yeah.
You put him up near the top?
I really do. The way that he plays, he almost doesn't have a position anymore. I don't care whether he's a safety, a corner, a nickel, a linebacker. He knows how to get around the football and make plays that affect the game.
Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it. Looking for Sanders, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And this Bronco defense really selling out to stop the run, and it pays off. They get him behind the line twice in a row.
Yeah, and that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. From the gun on third down, Mahomes. He's got his man. That's Hardman. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Kansas City.
So first and 10 now from the 30. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On play action, it's Mahomes. This is caught. Watkins. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards the pickup there.
Yellow. There's your line. Let's go, defense. Out of time. It's out of time.
Now here's Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Trying to go back to Watkins, but it'll be second and goal.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
They'll go again from the 3 here on second and goal. Mahomes going to throw. It goes as a loss of 6. And now third down. Six plays got him down here. This is play number 7, third and goal. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That's complete, right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Butker, what a pickup he's been for Kansas City the last 2 years. Remember, he was drafted by Carolina to be the eventual successor to Graham Gano. That didn't pan out. Casey got him as a free agent. He's been really good.
Yeah, Gano said, oh no, I'm keeping my job. But Butker found his home in Kansas City, a franchise record for points scored in his first 2 seasons.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Open man, and that's his tight end, Jake Butt. And I think the Chiefs have it. They do. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. Wide open receiver complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
First down, Chiefs.
Mahomes now already at 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead grows to 10-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Darren Lee there to get him down.
Your trip is here, baby. Your trip is here.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 24-yard line.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter about to begin from Denver. It's the Broncos in possession of the football as they've got it 2nd and 7. On second down now, it's Lindsey, and he'll be corralled right around the 34. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for Broncos. First down.
They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. The 6th season in Denver now for Emmanuel Sanders after those 4 years in Pittsburgh. And you may recall Sanders tore his Achilles December 5th last year in practice. But before the injury, he was on his way to another 1,000-yard season. Would have been his 4th in his first 5 years in a Bronco uniform. And now at 32 years of age as he tries to return to full speed.
At the Chiefs' 46-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
They can't hang with us.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. The 20. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 31 yards there and a first down.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Passing play. Flacco. The loop. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Flacco on the give to Lindsey. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Anthony Hitchens, second in the AFC in tackles last year, there to bring him down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. They control the clock, they control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
A 35-yard attempt.
And McManus able to put it through, and they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
This will be taken short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it out past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
Now problems right out of the gate. We're going to get a delay. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Damian Williams, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs strike quickly here for 6 points. And those are the highlight reel runs you dream of right there.
When he gets a seam and just gets through it, how about the explosiveness, the burst to get there to begin with, and then once he's in full gallop, good luck trying to track him down.
And those plays so demoralizing for the defense.
Absolutely, because you've done so much work trying to keep people in front of you. When they're past you and behind you, that's a tough one to swallow.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On 1st down, right back to Lindsey. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. In on the tackle, Alex Okafor.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Flacco. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Frank Clark racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Joe Flacco. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Frank Clark, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Second-year punter Colby Wadman out there now for the Broncos. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And taken right at the 35. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Chiefs will have excellent field position here as they take over.
Yellow. Here we go, dude. Here I come. Here I come.
Mahomes now on 1st down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker on for the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. The Broncos on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Flacco from the gun. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. He'll send this away into the Rocky Mountain Night, and it's a good one. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Kareem Jackson, and they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. That one covers 29 yards. First down. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. From the 25 on 2nd down, Flacco. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now after the sack, Flacco and the Broncos come up 3rd and long. 3rd down, Flacco from the gun. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals, because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the counter, Lindsey. Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, watch the slant. 53 Mike.
Now a carry for Lindsey. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
On 2nd and 11 now. Flacco steps away to his, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Off the edge, the sack by Reggie Ragland.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
To pass, Flacco looking deep downfield. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Well, we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Watch out for Hill on the return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away.
Yeah,
defense,
got the lead. Yeah.
We've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut him down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman, 89 yards. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Point after, right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on fourth. The Broncos send out their punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And look at this. It's a fake. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position.
Yellow. Go on. Check, 47. Let's go, D.
Off the draw, here's Williams. And for one of the first times all night, he is going to go nowhere as they bury him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Yellow. Quit talking about it and bring it. Yellow. Hey, Mike 51. I got it.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. Buying time to his left. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Damian Williams, the man he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Quick hands that time to knock that one away. It sure looked like a short touchdown, but able to get a good break on the football and force the incompletion.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Flushed out right. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
22 jet bomber, 22 jet bomber.
Left side here to Sanders. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Check 53 is Mike. Hey, come on.
Flacco to throw here on 3rd down. And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Watch twist.
Yellow.
Here's Flacco off the play fake to Lindsey. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Frank Clark in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing the second and a bundle. A run with Lindsey out of the gun. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now on 3rd down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs.
Let's get in there.
Operating out of the gun, Flacco. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now. On presumably to punt, though he did complete a pass earlier. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Isaac Yiadom in there to pick it. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. Flacco leads to Lindsey on the draw. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
53. Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
From the gun, Flacco. He's got it, the tight end, Jeff Heuerman. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards there on the catch and run. Flacco now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And they're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. Give them 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 21-yard line.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Oh, yeah.
Another run by Lindsey. He'll get it inside the red zone, but only for a couple down to the 19.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
He's coming, double up.
Roger, 5-0.
53, Mike.
5-0.
Get ready. Get ready.
Now Flacco. Complete out right to Jake Buff. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion. Flacco now has hit on just 7 of 17 passes, 41%. They'll run. It's Lindsey. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Philip Lindsey with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Broncos cut into that lead. Sometimes a group that gets overlooked, certainly, the offensive line. Right there, they really helped with that score.
Didn't they tell us in our meeting that when we score touchdowns running the ball, that means the offensive line actually scored first by moving people back beyond the end zone? We saw evidence of that on that play.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Let's go.
Mahomes now to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the pistol. Here's Williams. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. A big run there. 29 yards and a first.
A gain of 29 yards. First down, Kansas City.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Mahomes now on 1st down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Now, obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Throwing is Mahomes on third. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Bradley Chubb, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And this one is right down Broadway. And their lead will swell up to 28. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Now a hit, and Flacco drops the football. It's loose. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. Exactly right. A lost opportunity.
A loss of 2 yards. It's 4th down.
Well, the Broncos had 15 fourth down conversions last year, most in the NFL, and they're going here. So this one in the win column for Kansas City, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one